All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Hey, it's your boy Dustin from the Flying Chairs, the Rise podcast, and today, oh shit, you won't believe it, I got Rebecca here with me, and this girl is the shit. She's a psychic medium and a book author, and she's got this awesome sex appeal that will just fucking blow your head off. And yeah, she's got me riled up already. So, so I'm super excited to have Rebecca on with us. So hey, Rebecca, can you tell my audience where you grew up and how you found yourself in this field?
Yes, absolutely. Well, let me get over this heat flash you just gave me. Hold on 1 second. Oh, that was a little much. All right, so where did I grow up? Oh man, you're not gonna believe this. In the cornfields of Indiana, up north, right outside of Fort Wayne. I don't know if you've ever heard of that place. It's kind of weird. Have you? Okay, cool.
I have, yep.
Yep, my mom's a Yankee, and I'm not sure about my dad. But yeah, I grew up in the country actually, which was a great experience, but a little creepy when you're little because like every little sound, you're like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that?
Sure.
Right? And then what was the other question? I'm sorry.
No, I was just asking of like, how'd you find yourself being a psychic medium? And like, we can even talk about your book right away because that was very interesting. I didn't get a chance to read all of it because it was so complex. I'd love to hear more about it if you'd like to dive into that or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So first off, I remember my birth, which was really weird. Actually, before that, because when I zoomed out and I had this conversation with the big dude, the big energy, and they were talking about, hey, this is going to be your life. And I'm like, nope, I'm not going down there in that shit show again. I've been there, done that. I know what that's like. And I was like, I'm not doing it. They're like, you're going to go. And I was like, I'm not going. And so I went down there and my mom went through a really hard birth with me. I had my cord wrapped around my neck. I was backwards. I almost died. Yeah. I was like, I really did not want to be here.
Oh my God.
But I'm glad that I'm here. But my first experience beyond that was I was about 9 months old, I think. And my mom said, and I don't quite remember the whole thing, but I got out of my crib because I could walk by then and unlocked the front door and went out the door. And she found me on the
How terrifying for your mother.
Yeah. And she found me on the stoop in the morning sleeping.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lucky.
So I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, it's saying like someone could just easily snatch you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but I think I've known since I was really small that I was protected, that I was here for a purpose. And therefore, and I knew once I went back into that memory, because you can go back into any memory. Everything is just energy. So when my mom was telling me about that, my consciousness is going back and reliving it. And it's like, oh, okay, I had to go talk to my people. Like I knew when I came here, because especially with the dysfunctional family, which I don't know about y'all, if you grew up in a very dysfunctional family, you're kind of sitting around and going, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, hello, can you come back down and beam me back up? Because I don't want to be here. Like, I remember having those experiences very, very young. Like, what is wrong with this place? So, and I think that really rolled into my purpose, which is to kind of see humanity through the process of transcending, of becoming better, more out of this primal state of, hey, let's fight each other and let's kill each other and let's do all this dumb shit to each other. Like, okay, why are we doing that again?
Right.
And that's the kind of where everything's transitioning right now, which is, it's amazing. Well, it's not amazing, but the fact that you lost your job, sorry, but I completely understand the big why behind that is because those of us that are not meant to be in that old system of, hey, let's get on a hamster wheel and never get off.
Yes, that's what I felt like.
Shit. Yeah. Because it's like a broken record here. It's like a finite system that keeps you locked in and it wants you to be a robot. Well, I'm not a robot and I'm not part of this bullshit.
Yes.
So when I lost my job, I was like, hell yeah. Finally, the opportunity for me to sit and for me to focus and for me to get real and get moving because it's time. You can feel
awesome.
So many people are feeling the shifts and they're happening fast,
super fast.
And the next 10 to 15 years are going to be insane.
Absolutely. It's I love how you and as well as Dustin, when this happened, when you lost your job, you looked at it like a positive. I understand initially it could be devastating, but it sounds like you took time to honor what was inside of you? You were ready to, like you said, transform and start doing all the things, you
It really
know.
felt like weight lifted off my chest too. When I
Hmm.
like left the building, I was like, wow,
Mm.
like now I have like all this opportunity. Like right away, I ran to my buddy's house my buddy's shop that owns a bong store. I'm like, dude, I just got fired. I need a job. He's like, bro, I got you. Because I known him for 10 years and he got me.
Nice.
He just like, he knew that I had bills to pay and other shit. And he's like, dude, I got you. He was right there. He taught me, it was a total shift from like food nutrition to selling bongs now, you know? Very fitting. But, no, and it's like it's gonna be a career job. But again, just to have the money flow so I could pay my bills, and that's the less stress I have, so I can actually focus on other jobs that I can actually really would enjoy, and
Mhm.
actually like in this job, I'm like fucking whistling Dixie going to work. I'm like, I'm like, this shit is fucking wrong. I'm gonna get high to work and shit.
Yeah.
And we're with some buddies and shit, and no, it's really pretty cool. And
Oh,
so yeah, I'd like to like find something like you said, something you find comfortable and something that you can like put main focus on and be happy. Because yeah, you're right. It was like a hamster wheel, and it felt like the walls were caving in at
yeah.
at my place. And like I'm not shitting you. I'm not surprised if that hospital isn't in the Epstein files because there's so much like crazy love
Mm.
affairs happening in that motherfucker to like drug abuse. We had a serial baby bone breaker at our hospital 6 years ago who got convicted of 5 babies. He was working the night shift and he was sneak up in the babies' cribs and snap their legs and snap their arms
Wow.
and shit. Look at like pretzels when they went. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that guy's dead in prison now. Or yeah, so again,
God.
weird. It's fucked up shit. And here's another weird shit. Another Hey, this happened about a year ago. Some guy, and I was in the break room, came up to me. I did not know who he was. I just know he worked there. But gave me Polaroid photographs of himself in a furry suit, dressed, posing all sexy and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And immediately I ran to HR. Like, how inappropriate and weird fuckery is that? No. So I'm so glad that I'm out of that
Yeah.
mess. It's such a weird
Mhm.
place. Yeah.
That's
So
awful. Oh,
it's awful. Yeah, it is
that's
really weird. It's like
disgusting.
weird, a horrible sitcom show, really.
Well,
Mhm.
and I guess that's a question I have is like, do people like that, do we want them as a part of humanity? Like, if you're going to break little
Right.
children's bones, like,
That is on
what is
another level
wrong
of
with
evil.
you?
That's another level
Yes,
of
it
evil, and
really
especially if
is.
he got his own kicks from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
there's
That's a typical predator. A predator is
sure.
Mhm.
going to keep doing it until they get caught. And even when they get caught, they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
oh, that's just
Yeah. I'm
disgusting.
sorry, I didn't mean to bring a
Yeah.
downward
Sorry.
dark story. But I'm
Oh,
just
it's
saying I'm
okay.
very glad to be out of that horror story.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But you know what
It,
you got? If you don't look at the dark and the evil side, it's not even
mhm.
dark. It's more of the evil side of things. If you run from it, and that's been a problem in this society, is if you run from that shit, guess what? It's still going to be there. It's
yeah.
going to
Yes.
chase you and it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
we have to shift our focus and say, "Hey, yeah, that's a pedophile and he should get in trouble for that." Or, "Hey,
Yes.
that's a whatever and we should that's the problem, not a problem, but people that are waking up and seeing things for what they really are. And waking up means you see the truth in people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
when you do, you're forced to say, okay, now that I see that's a pedophile, what am I going to do about it? Because if
Mhm.
you don't do something about it, you're part of the problem. And then you are also actually turning yourself down intuitively because your intuition's kicking in and say, hey, you see that right there?
Yeah.
And so that's why a lot of people don't want to wake up because they really don't want to see the truth. They really don't want to see
Yes.
what's all around them. And that includes all the people that are aliens that look like humans. Hello?
Mhm.
They're
Yes,
all
I've
over the
noticed
place.
that. I have noticed that lately. I've been saying that lately. I'm like some people I've seen in photos, just who I've met in person. I'm like they do not look completely human. I just said that. That's amazing that you yeah touched on that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yes. I have a lot of alien friends that are in human bodies and they know they're aliens and I know they're aliens and they're cool as fuck.
Yep.
But but they're a little on the odd side,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Because they're
Yes.
like, I'm in this body, I don't get it, but I got sent down here because I got to do all this intel because blah
Right.
blah.
They
Right.
need to learn how to human, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
I don't know if you saw Steven Spielberg's newest movie that's coming out called Disclosure Now or something, Disclosure Day or
Mm-mm.
well,
Tell me
anyways,
more.
it kind of steers towards where like they've been walking amongst us since the dawn of time. They're kind of showing themselves finally, and now it's just kind of like a wake up call for humanity. Be like, oh fuck, you know, like
Yeah.
does it reflect on our religion or and like is just craziness and like yeah, and there's other cases too. There's Paul Villa is a famous case. I actually have his photographs. So I don't know if you know that I'm the custodian. I actually have oh, this right here. I got him right here. Colonel Wendell Stevens, like a big chunk of his photographic archives. He's a famous UFO investigator from the 1960s and 70s. He's known to have the largest UFO photograph collection in the world. He died about like 12 years ago until his associate was keeping up his storage locker fees until he recently died. And then there was open, there was an auction up into the
Public.
public, and I got into that auction
Oh,
and went over 200 original photographs of UFOs that
nice.
the originals from the and then actually Colonel Wendell
Yeah.
Stevens actually was a guy who investigated a lot of these. So this is
So
actually
cool.
Paul Villa's, and he has a case talking about these human-like ETs coming to visit him because his soul was connected to their extraterrestrial race. I guess their soul can kind of reincarnate on Earth, and they kind of have connections and stuff. And he didn't really understand that at the time either. And he
Okay.
never came out with his findings in his photographs. They all were his friends and family went out and gave it to the public, and then it ruined his life, where he became a hermit because
Oh,
everybody harassed him, saying that he was a fraud and a faker. And
Mm.
so
yep.
yeah, again, it's just hearing those connections of their soul extraterrestrials having these soul connections with humans here on Earth, or just it's fascinating. I love hearing about it.
It is
It is
fascinating.
fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm high.
So do you have any experience with aliens, either of you? Have you ever?
Well, not like, no, I only saw a UFO pretty up close where it blew my socks off, where it kind of like started the ball of me getting into the subject heavily
Nice.
back in
Okay.
2012.
That's
I told the
okay.
story 1,000 times on
Ooh.
here, so I could tell you privately later if you like, but I think my audience be like, oh my God, you're gonna tell that story again.
Okay. Okay. 20,
Sorry.
2012 was the supposed to be the end of the world.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Pretty
Yep.
fascinating. I have not had any experiences with extraterrestrials. However, I do paranormal investigating, and some
Nice.
clients, yep, have reached out with pictures that they've caught on their home cameras that look like extraterrestrial faces, the grays.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
and some believe that they have maybe they've been abductees. They've talked about strange marks on their skin. I do think that you know that they can cross into the paranormal. I feel that it is connected. So that's the most that I've had any kind of experience, is mostly through working with clients and seeing their evidence.
Got you.
So, yeah,
Got
but
you.
it's pretty fascinating.
I don't know
Um,
if
That's so
you guys
awesome
can
that you
see this
yeah.
picture. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
have a green screen, so I think it's taking up the green.
yeah.
You can see it a little.
Do you
Yeah.
see a little bit?
Yeah.
So I have the original photograph. This is a photograph of a 14-year-old kid who took this picture while he was on a walk with his dogs, and he saw this fucking alien next to this like looked like a sphere like ship, and he turned around again to take another picture, and it disappeared out of thin air. But
Oh,
Yeah.
somebody enhanced this photograph for me, and you won't believe, like, this is probably the clearest photograph of a
That's
of
cool.
an
yeah.
alien that I have here.
That's amazing.
I'm
That's
trying to pull
awesome.
it up here.
Yeah.
Trying to find it.
So do you do paranormal like on
There it
site?
is.
Like you go to different locations? Because you're Pennsylvania, right? Oh,
Yes. Yeah. So clients will
that's
reach out.
cool.
That is
Okay,
super
I'm sorry.
cool. Oh, it's
Isn't that
okay.
fucking
We'll take a look at
crazy?
that.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
my
Yes,
goodness.
I
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could
actually
see.
have a friend who is one of those. She's one of those
Oh
aliens.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, she's metal. Like she's
Yeah.
in a human body, but her if you look at because because an alien will inhabit a human body through the chakra system in the back, right? They'll come
Yes.
in and then
Yeah.
they'll take over like a possession. So when
Okay.
I look at her energetically, she is just like that. And we went back to her planet. She told me all about like where she's
Oh
from.
man.
And they
That's
know
cool.
they're connected. Well, especially ones that know, right? They're connected to their home planet because they are literally uploading information because
Hmm.
every single species of alien is here right now and has been for a while
Yeah.
watching this planet because of what's about to happen. It's never happened in the universe before, which is you're going to see a whole bunch of humans coming out of that primal state and becoming more of like, I don't want to say a god level, but with the energy of both those divine entities, they're going to have the ability to do and create their own worlds. So the aliens are here, divine beings are here. We're all just kind of watching
Yes.
like this experiment because it's a simulation we're in. This is one simulation of many, right?
You are very wise. You know your
Kind
you know your
Yeah.
shit. No, no, no. You know your
of
shit.
like
No,
this.
it's no, no. You're seriously. It is like the Disneyland of the galaxy, like
Yes.
here on Earth. It's just like there's so different. There must be a federation of these extraterrestrials that might have laws put in place of what they can and cannot do. Free willy. You know what I'm saying? Or like you would want a hostile extraterrestrial race coming into our neighborhood, be like, we're gonna here to do some fucked up shit, and then some extraterrestrial like, no, you have to go through us first, you know. And there's tons of records of that in history, talking about these entities saving humanity. Prometheus with
Mhm.
the fire and getting his ass getting punished by being chained to a rock and having an eagle eat his liver every day. That poor
Mhm.
bastard.
Ugh,
So it makes you
God,
wonder if these myth stories that we hear about, yes, if it is actually extraterrestrials, yeah, if it's about them. So, but I always wondered that, if that's what
yeah.
these myth stories were based off of.
Well,
Yeah.
there is a base. Well, actually, there's several bases, but there is one particular base out near the Fort Smith, Arkansas area. It's
Oh yeah.
underground in the mountains, and that's where the underground terrestrials work with the humans.
Or
And
the
if
ant
you,
people.
mhm,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
and if you're sensitive to energy and you go through there, man, they will tap into you real quick, and you gotta watch that because they'll take
It's
you out.
intense.
It can be intense. Yeah,
Mhm.
but they don't have the right to take over this planet.
No.
Um, and divine intervention will occur if they do. Because
Okay.
I love
yeah,
that you speak about the ant people because the Hopi Indians, and this is my personal collection of my Kachina dolls from the
nice.
1930s to 1950s, and they're all stamped. And I spent a shit ton of money because this is my in my room. I have like a little shrine. It's all to the Hopi and Navajo. But yeah, again, very
Love it.
astronaut-like with the
Mhm.
Kachina coming down, teaching them different traits of how to survive. But then these are the ones that showed them who the ant people were, and they saved them with the two cataclysms that happened here on Earth. Sorry, I love showing this off. This is
I
Yeah,
love it.
my
it is
shrine. I love it.
fascinating. It
Dun dun
really is.
dun.
Hmm.
I love it,
Sorry.
and I love the colors.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice.
Had to show it off.
I love it. So I'm curious more about your paranormal. Do you do? You said Pennsylvania is where you're located, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
yeah, right, basically right on the Pennsylvania border of Delaware. So I always say, yep, suburbs of Philadelphia, and that is mostly where I investigate. I have been with a team
Nice.
for a few years. I may kind of go off a little solo. But yes, we've investigated a lot of historical places. I find that people's homes can be the most intense, sometimes most frightening. And Yeah, it's been an interesting journey, and I really feel that with paranormal investigation, you really have to go through the process of elimination. You really have to. I'm a very I'm abstract, but I'm also a very logical thinker. So I'm
Okay.
always looking for that reason. Okay, why did our equipment go off? Was an air conditioner blowing on it? You know what I mean? It's very, a lot of these are very sensitive, to movement. But I'll tell you what, the one piece of evidence that I feel is the gold standard is when you capture something on your recorder. And especially, I mean, it's myself and two other guys. And if it isn't any of us and it's clear as day, that's always the number one thing that we can't, we say it has to be paranormal. There is no other explanation. And some of the
Nice.
evidence, yep, that we've captured has made little local news stations because like a historical place that we investigate will have the reputation of being haunted. And we've gone in and we've captured something on our recorder that was clear as day, and people were just blown away, and that kind of made the locals say, okay, yes, we've suspected this was haunted, and they captured something. So yeah, it's
Nice.
yep. It's always each investigation is unique and different. Sometimes your equipment will go off, sometimes it won't. Sometimes you'll capture something on the recorder. So it's always about going in there respectfully. That's the biggest thing, because I feel like when you come in there respectfully, you'll get the most evidence. The spirits are more willing to communicate with you. You treat it like it's their home, you know what I mean? And you're a guest. And yeah, so it's been an interesting journey. It really has
Mhm.
been.
Nice. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
No,
Yeah.
I gotta say, I lied. I did meet an alien before.
You did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
there. I was at the Brewer game and I was sitting directly behind Carrot Top. And me and my sister are like,
Wow.
"Is this Carrot Top?" I tapped him on the shoulder and he whipped his head so fast, I scared the shit out of him. I'm like,
He's
"I'm a
and
big
he's a
fan." Can I
he's
give
a
him?
Packers fan. He's awesome.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I was like, "What?" But
He's
he's
been
wearing
out of the
Packer shit.
scene. Yeah, he's been out of the scene for a long time.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
Yeah.
just had
That's
to point that out.
crazy. That's awesome.
that's cool. Yeah. Now, Rebecca, so I always like to learn a little bit about our guests. And
Okay.
so now, would you say, like, do you work a lot with like the law of attraction and manifesting? Is it mostly in that realm of things?
That's a great question. So yes, law of attraction, but when it comes to manifesting, I think that some of the terms and some of the the ideas and the concepts that are out there are probably a little bit backwards and really
Hmm.
don't create your manifestation that you're looking for. And I think that's done on purpose so that people will keep climbing and climbing and keep going, and then they get frustrated and they stop. So
Mm.
Yes.
because when it comes to manifesting, which I'm not going to give away my secret because because
Hey,
I'm gonna bottle this shit and
I
sell
was
it
gonna say,
to
I
you.
got my own ways of manifesting. I got you here, for God's sakes. Look at
There you go.
that. You're like a fantasy, and then I'm talking to you. Jesus Christ.
But I've been able to manifest since I was little.
Mhm.
I would think of something and I would take it through that process and I would have it. So
Okay.
yeah, but um I for me, my skills are more on the healing side. I am able
Mhm.
to tap into people's energy. I'm able to see their entire system, like their makeup, their energy field, as far as like their memories and things. And I work with a lot of mainly trauma victims who
Okay.
are kind of stuck in that paradigm. They're stuck in that story, and
Hmm.
I just rip the stuff out of them
Right.
and end the story, and then create a new story. That, and I work with people on kind of I don't want to say ascending because we're not here to ascend. We're here to stay in the human body, but understand and be the concept of the higher dimensions, but
Right.
bring it here. But I will help people get out of those blocks or whatever's in their way, and I'll pull those out. So that's
Yes.
kind of my specialty.
That's cool.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is neat. And I completely agree, because I understand that it's important to, work through your trauma. I always say, like, I guess I can only speak for myself. If I'm going through something, I'll embrace it. I'll feel all the feelings. But then at the same time, as I'm feeling those feelings, I'm propelling myself forward, because I don't want to unpack and live there. And
Right.
I also found that when I come out of that dark time, I also come out stronger with new goals. So I always feel like there's some kind of positive after coming out of that, shadow, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And the overall goal is to reach mastery, right? Because you're not going to get out of what I call polarityville. Okay,
Right.
there's positive and negative here, and it's always probably going to be here. Otherwise, there's no matter.
Hmm.
You can't have matter without a positive and a negative bonding together. And like you said, it's two sides of the same coin, the positive and the negative. So if you come through a negative experience, you get through to the positive experience. But the goal is to master both energies so that you understand, yeah, I know what hate feels like. Yeah, I know what love feels like. And I'm in the middle of that as the coin, if you will. And now I can go through life in that conscious aware perspective of, okay, I feel that, I understand what it is. Now I can choose what I do with that energy. And that's kind of what going through your traumas is you made a contract or an agreement to come here to work through those things for your soul's purpose so that she could evolve, so that she could do her work here and help others in whatever capacity that might be. So you have to go through all those traumas and clear that stuff out to bring that higher energy and integrate that into yourself so that you can come through as the higher energy self that you are. I don't want to say higher, but it's greater. It's
Right.
an infinite energy, right? That has no limits, no bounds, none of that bullshit like you have here. And
Yeah.
so that's why a lot of us go through all those, not a lot of us, but a lot of us that are kind of coming out of the old prayer paradigm, the old system, because we came through, with some hard life examples, hard life skills, so that we could use those to help others.
Yes,
Mm.
Yeah.
absolutely. And I love the
That's,
fact, I love what you said about, taking your experiences and helping others in that way,
yeah.
when they're going through
Well
their
said.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. See, the great thing about healing is when once you heal something within you, because you have your own journey, your own pathway, right? But once you heal that within you, you lock that into your system, into your energy field as healed. And then others, if you ever notice, others that have similar stories will come to you. Why is that? Because they're drawn to you polarity wise to say, hey, you've already healed this. So I open my energy field so that when they come, they get that healing because I already went through that. So
Yes.
you guys are healers as well, but you may
Oh,
not even realize it.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
No.
that's what we
wonderful.
came here to do. We came here to heal the planet.
Yeah,
We
no.
came here to help it. Yeah.
You're right. And like meeting all these people in general since I've been doing the podcast has been very therapeutic. And like
Well,
you're
good.
awesome. I just like again, I knew something about you since I saw your Facebook. I was like, "Dang, look at her." It's like she's got something going on. I want to
Aw,
know. I want
Yeah.
to get to know you. So no, it's
aw.
really cool and it's no, it's a real honor to have you finally here with us. No, it's really cool because we all again the similarities of losing the job and kind of finding a new start and like I thought it was going to be a little bit scary but it really hasn't been. Again, it's been really refreshing and just like I don't know, I'm just embracing it and loving it and again I've been getting a lot of compliments when I'm at the shop selling bongs that I have like a pep in my step or I'm like my bright
Yeah.
aura. Someone tell me
Mhm.
I'm like bright aura and someone said like I'm a stork. I'm like a stork, really?
Yeah.
All right.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Let's do this shit.
I love that. But
Yeah,
you're letting your shine come through. You're
I
letting your
am. Yeah,
greater self like step out and step up,
that's
And
right.
that's the
Mhm.
sad thing, I think, once in this particular simulation is when you come into it, you're automatically hooked up to the machine and it likes to dumb you down and it likes to take from you and it likes to make you small and stupid and make you feel like you're nothing. But the truth is, it's the complete and total opposite. You're
Yeah,
freaking fabulous. You're freaking everything, man. Fuck what they say because they don't know what they're talking about. And
sure.
that's kind of like, I think a lot of us are like stepping out of that and saying, you know what? I have a right to exist here without anybody impeding on me and for
Yes.
me to do as I want to do for me without you telling me I have to think this way and act
Sure.
Mhm.
this way and feel this way. No, no, I don't. You
Yep.
can
No.
do that. You go do you and stay in your little bubble or whatever, but pull
Yeah.
don't don't put that bullshit on.
Yes. I know what you mean. It's like something about the age of 40. Like, as soon as I started, like, just getting into my 40s, I
Yeah.
started really taking on that mindset, as you said. Something about 40, I just woke up and I was like, wow, I'm like, I don't have to let everyone else call the shots for me. And in certain ways, I'm still working through that because that has been my whole life. You know what I mean? If it
Yeah.
wasn't my parents controlling everything, it was, somebody else calling all the shots. And finally I said, you know what? no, I'm like, if this means that people don't want to talk to me or have a relationship with me, that's fine. I'm okay with ruffling feathers because,
Yeah.
in the end, you have to do, what's in your heart, what you feel called to do, what you feel your purpose is. I mean, like you said, you deserve to exist,
Exactly.
and you don't let other people take that from you. And it's
Absolutely.
still something I'm working through, and
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You'll get there. And the truth is that when you really get down to the end, like there's two there's two pinnacles that you go to when you go through, like they call it enlightenment. Enlightenment is going back to what you call source,
mhm,
where you open up and then you bring the sunlight in. But the other way is to quote quote descend. You're going
yes.
into the darkness and you're like dark night of the soul, although I don't really like that term, but I get it.
Mhm. I
But
love that term. Yeah.
okay, you're going through the dark aspects of yourself. This is
Hmm.
all self, and what you realize is that there is just me. There is only me, and the only person I'm responsible for, that I should be really focusing on, that I should really be pouring all of my love and time and energy in, is me. That's
Yes.
not
Yeah.
selfish, and that's a problem that the society has done. It's, oh, that's selfish. No, that's self-love.
Yes.
That's me saying I am valuable. I'm
Hmm.
extremely valuable, and I'm not going to let you do that to me, and I'm not going to let you do that to me, and I'm not going to let you say that to me. But there's a lot of energies out there. They don't like that when you tell them no.
It's
Yes.
true.
So,
It's true.
but the
It
bottom
is.
line is I'm the only one living my life. I'm my best friend. I married myself, as weird as that
That's cool.
sounds, but I was
No.
like, I'm my rock. Like
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
everything to me.
I was
Like
just you
no
have
one
you have
can
energy of it
shake
like an
my
18
shit.
year old. I'm saying you again. No, seriously. That's another thing too. I think is very important is to feel young still. Because I
Yeah.
don't know if you can guess my age, but
27?
I'm 41 and
What?
I've never been married and no kids, and I think that kind of shows. And I've had my friends. They look horrible. They have like the
Hmm.
horseshoe haircut, you know what I'm saying, bald on top, and fucking losing teeth, and fucking looking fat, and have families and shit. But no, I'm looking like I'm still 18 years old, and I still like weigh the same as I weighed in high school, like 140 pounds, 145 pounds.
Nice.
Like what the fuck?
Hmm.
I have like a high metabolism, like a hummingbird, for God's sake. But no, I think that I don't know if it's the Peter Pan syndrome or something. I don't know, but like I feel like I just drank the elixir of the gods. I'm fucking just like, let's do it. I'm ready to fuck like a bunny. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I love
I'm ready to
that.
I'm ready to fuck. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is when you come in here, you're a kid, right? And what do you do as
Uh,
a kid? You're playing, like you are going
Yes.
full force all day until you pass out.
yeah,
And that's
yeah,
and that's what we're kind of getting back into for those of us that are kind of peeling away the old garbage off of us.
Hmm.
yeah.
We're
Good
getting
for
back
you.
into that kid mode, right?
Yeah,
And
you
Yes.
it's
should.
like I'm gonna create the way I want to create. I'm gonna
So
do the
your
way
kids
I
are gonna
want to
get
do.
jealous of you. Mom, you're getting all the attention. She's like, shit, I've been having getting attention.
But
Shit.
I love that energy. Like that
Yeah, I love
energy
it.
attracts more of that energy, right?
Yes.
Oh my
I love
God.
it. Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh,
I'll be a kid
very
all
hot.
day.
Yes. I'm right there with you, Rebecca. Yeah. Like,
Don't get me
there's
talking
no
shit.
no old mindset. I don't agree with that either, where people say, oh, I'm this age, so I have to be, I have to dress this way and I have to behave this way and, all the things. I feel like it really is your mindset. That's where it is. I mean, if you feel young, you behave a certain way. So I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
And I when I say, I climbed out of my shadows. I started taking classes for personal training, and I really want to work with women, especially women going through changes, especially the change. um, and as soon as I like put that out there on social media, I have all these women. They're just so excited, you know what I mean, to work with me when I do get that
No, that's
certification.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, I mean, I'm not tooting my own horn. I don't know if it's my mindset. I don't know if my body just isn't there, but I maybe I feel a bit, I'm going to say hypocritical, but I'm not going through any major changes yet. Maybe because, like we said, it's your mindset. Does that control your system? I'm not feeling the things. I'm not going through hot flashes. My time will be coming, I'm sure. But it doesn't mean that I still don't want to help other people. I mean, I'm at that age where all of that is going to happen. Um, But yeah, I mean, that's my new goal of wanting to help other women feel good about themselves. Don't have that mindset that, I'm this age, I'm at this stage in my life, all
Yeah.
is lost. Have that
Yep.
energy, like you said, that
Yeah.
youthful, vibrant, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, I'm 50, believe it or not, but
Oh, can't believe it.
Fantastic.
Jesus
I
Christ.
work, you know what I do? I pour love into myself and I
Yeah,
pour
I can see that.
goodness all
Yeah.
day.
See this? Oh my God. You got a full crank there. Shit.
It's a multi-layered because it's not just your mind, because your mind is part of who you are, but it's only a part of who you are. It's also your emotional sense, emotional awareness, and also your physical. You have to do all of those and understand what you're kind of giving your energy to as well. But it's really bringing yourself back into alignment and getting control of all aspects of yourself. Once you gain back control all of aspects of yourself, then you can control anything. And yeah, the intrusive thoughts will come in, but you're like, no, that's not me. No, that's not me. That's not who I choose to be. And then you come from a place of choosing in every moment versus succumbing to the programming and the conditioning of what's been dumped on you. And it's unfortunate. Well, it's wonderful that you're working with women, because that's my goal too. And no offense to you, Dustin, here.
Yeah, sorry, Dustin.
Well,
Yes.
I work with women. For God's sake.
But
I love women. For God's sake.
you and me both. But
Oh,
women,
damn, girl. Jesus Christ. I mean, everything is fluttering.
but we've really gotten the stick in this particular simulation. We've been oppressed, we've been suppressed, we've been silenced for thousands and thousands of years and abused badly.
Yes.
And this is our era. We're doing so much healing as a collective, the feminine is, that we are about to rise up.
Yeah.
And not just on an individual level, but I mean worldwide, to rise up and say, hey, you know what? We deserve a seat at the table. You're gonna have to listen to my opinion, because I do know what I'm talking about, and stop treating me like I'm dumb or I don't know.
Right.
Right. And so we're gonna see a shift in probably the next 4 or 5 years, where feminine is really gonna start calling the shots on this planet. Because
Yes.
listen, masculine, we gave you your time. You kind of fucked things up a little bit. I'm just saying. So
Yeah.
we're just going to balance the scales a little bit. Not that we're going to push you down. We just we want you to
Want
be
a balance. Yeah.
yeah, we want you to be healthy and like work with us. Don't and I'm not
No.
saying you do that, but it's like the society.
Yes.
It's a male dominated society. It's very patriarchal. It's very like my way or the highway. And even like your religion is root, which is the root of probably everyone's problems.
Right.
Is driven towards the masculine. Man, 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 man. Well, guess what? We exist. And we're amazing
Yeah.
and hot. And without
Yeah,
us,
I'd
the
say.
things.
we don't
Yep.
exist.
Shit. I treat you like a god. Are you kidding me?
Goddess, baby,
Goddess.
goddess. But I think that's great, because feminines have been fighting each other for so long too, especially
Yes.
for men.
It's like, why? Yeah.
Why? We
Yeah.
shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be working together, helping each other heal, so that we can be healthy feminines that
Yes.
are more open, more soft, more flower-like, which is what we're meant to be. And the masculines come in and be like, yeah, baby, I got you. Let me, cover you in love, and let me protect you, and let me do my part. That's where we kind of went out of balance, but everything is
Yes.
coming into balance now between the feminine and the masculine, and they'll work
Yeah,
together.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll be your rag doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do whatever I say. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Oh man.
But no, I'm right there with you. I feel like taking on this new journey, it's making me feel more empowered and self-sufficient, self-reliant. And they are the things that, I'm also striving for. So because like you said, we feel like, I guess I can't speak for every woman, but you feel like, you have to depend on somebody to take care of you. And listen, taking care of somebody else is somebody wanting to take care of me is wonderful, but I don't want to feel like I can't take care of myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You still feel strong in your own. Yeah.
We're in a very dependent what is the word? Entitled.
Establishment.
Very
Yes.
entitled. And unfortunately, that just creates a lot of muck. But we are going more into interdependence, which says I am my sovereign self and I love myself and I can take care of myself. I don't need you, but I want to choose you to be in
Yes.
my sphere,
I
in
like to
my
be
life.
chosen. That's nice. I'm single, goddammit. Where are we at?
I hear you there. But yeah, I think it's great because the feminine, I think, has been very dependent for a very long time, unfortunately, and been kind of pushed into that role a little bit. And
Right.
we got to come out of that. And then, and unfortunately, it hurts the masculine too because the masculine's like, well, I got to do everything. And what if I fail? Well, then that puts a lot of pressure on them too. So there's got to
Mhm.
be kind of that flow where we work together as a unit. And if we do that, man, can you imagine the things that would create together?
Oh my God.
Yes. It would be
Oh,
amazing.
be more than babies.
Rainbows.
Reminds me of that SpongeBob. Do you remember that SpongeBob where he's like,
Yeah, right. That's funny.
well, good luck. Keep me posted on that. I'd love to work with you or,
Yes.
you know, kind of collab a little bit if you're interested.
Absolutely. That
Rebecca,
would
we're
be
definitely gonna have you back all the
Yes.
time, especially if you're wearing all the shit you're wearing right now. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a guest that had the what you have on today.
A
That
full-on
is
summer.
the hottest shit ever.
And
Hands
that didn't get
down.
recorded, right? That was not.
No, no, that wasn't. No, no. Very good. No. But Jesus, holy God. That's so
Just hang
cool.
it out. Just hang it out.
But no,
Love it.
that would be wonderful. I would love to, yes, connect going forward. So
Nice.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is there any websites or do you have a YouTube channel that our audience can reach out to you if they have questions or anything like that?
I do. I have a website. It's called G-T-E-E, and it stands
Oh,
for something. Because in July, I'm officially changing my name because my infinite self was like, "Hey, we're gonna totally be somebody brand new." I was like, "Okay, cool." And what is that?
how hot is this name gonna be?
It's very hot. She's
I'm like,
amazing.
Jesus.
She did a good job. But her initials are the name of the company, so
Oh,
the
cool.
GTEE. And I won't tell you what it stands for yet. So
Okay.
I'll let her introduce all that because she's gonna change all this. And I say that as if I'm not like this person. You know what I'm saying? It's really weird when you go through the rebirth, the death and the rebirth
Yes.
So you can talk to
process.
yourself in the third person for a while or something, or what?
Yeah, it's been like that just recently. It's really kind of bizarre. I'm like, wait a minute, who am I again? Like, I don't know. But I love it because she's just such a fiery, high energy, go, go, go type of it person. Or
Yeah.
so I'm excited for this next phase. So there's that. And am doing some uh not courses, but healings as well. Sorry.
That's cool.
I didn't get that out on there as well. But my vision actually is kind of bigger picture is to create a community where I can bring in other healers, other psychics, other intuitives, and work together to help bring that back out in humanity because intuition was the one thing that was given to humanity to navigate through life, your
Mm,
senses and your ability to use your guidance system, especially your nervous system. And if you notice, your third eye and your nervous system are the two things that are targeted the most, that are shut down in people. That's done on purpose.
mm,
And so I want to flip that around. I'm flipping the paradigm so that it's going more towards bringing back the feminine, which is the intuition, so that humans and humanity can create their perspective from using those tools. So that's part of my bigger picture is that, and also to create, I don't want to say create new systems, but the systems that we have in place, I feel like the judicial system, the healthcare system, the governments, all of them, they're these systems that keep people trapped in
I
this
agree.
victim mentality of there's
hmm
one size fits all. You have to go through this and you have to do that. And I'm like, no, you don't. Why do we have to do that? And so I want to bring more people on eventually, like legal or like the more healers, so they can show a different level of healing, not just what you're used to in the traditional go to the hospital, right? So my goal is down the road to help create new systems for humanity so they can flourish in them, so that they're more open to people in their gifts again versus
That's
what we
wonderful.
do.
Yes, because I agree. I always say that the mind and body is so connected. And I feel that sometimes ailments, that some people suffer with, it's just connected maybe to how they are emotionally. Sometimes I feel that like I'm a very observant person. I'll sit back and just kind of just watch and take notice and really tune deeply into things. And some people I know, and I hate to say it, but some people I know that have the worst ailments are very miserable people in general. And I don't believe that. I feel like, the miserableness, the unhappiness inside of them is first, and the ailments are second. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Mhm.
So sometimes I feel like maybe if they just worked through all of their stuff, got themselves in a better place in general, that maybe like physically they would start to heal and feel better. So I
Yep.
do feel that they are very connected in a lot of ways. And that isn't something that you said traditional medicine addresses. They don't address the root of the problem.
Correct. Because
Mm.
a lot of times they can't get to the root, especially
Mhm.
for like a trauma back victim, especially a rape victim, a child,
Yes.
a female
Yeah.
child. When you go through that experience, what happens to you is you fragment off into pieces because you can't handle what's going on in your body. And then you lock it away in what I call Pandora's box, never to be seen, never to be heard of, never to be healed. The problem is Pandora's box still exists. So it exists in your energy field. So your energy field, like your subconscious, is full of your memories of your current life. I won't get into the bigger picture, but your current life. So in those memories, if you go through a traumatic experience, you have a stopping point in your energy field, a block, we call it. And
Mm.
you stopped in that moment where your body, your mind was like, nope, that happened, and we're staying there. And then the emotion, it strings it together. It's like a web. It strings, because you take Polaroids every time you're going through your life, and those Polaroids get filed into your subconscious. They're held together with emotion. And if you don't go to the root of the problem and then unlock that trauma, which most people can't because they don't know it existed, because
Mm.
it happened when they were so young, or they just don't want it. They just can't handle it. The pain when you go back into that stuff is so intense.
Yes.
Um, but you have to change the outcome. The memory still exists, but you have to change the emotion.
Mm.
Yes.
And so that's what I do with my work is I will take my clients back there, but I will do it in a gentle way so that I'm kind of transmuting the energy for them in a way, but they have to go through it themselves, otherwise they won't feel that the healing is concluded. It's a finish. But that's
Mm.
true. If you look at people's energy fields, the problem is that something happened to them at some point in their life and it's just unresolved, and then it turns into a sickness in the physical realm.
Yes. Yes. I,
Yeah.
I totally
Yeah,
agree. I
that's
totally
tight.
agree. Yeah.
Mm.
We got to go out and heal more people.
We
Yes, we
do, God
do.
damn it.
Yep.
You know, we should have you as like a side kind of like a side piece where we have people who wanted to have a healing from you, and we just have them in the chat with us, and you kind of
Oh, I would
spew
do
your
that.
knowledge. That'd be cool,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
I would
Yeah.
totally do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
put them in a little trance and kind of
yeah,
walk through.
That would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
awesome.
No,
yeah.
again, I'd love to have you back, and because we do these group chats, we're starting to do those now. We had one recently.
Okay.
That was really fun.
It
Melissa likes
was.
those a lot, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anxious. But no, no,
Tell
I
me more
think.
about it.
Oh, we just kind of get group like-minded people who are in the same subject matter and just kind of have them meet for the first time and just kind of this big chat and just crack jokes and get into their shit and uh,
Yeah.
Nice.
we didn't
Well,
know
thank
how it was
you.
gonna go, but that's how it went. It was really
Mhm.
fun. It was just kind of it just flowed, just like today. It just everything just flowed naturally, and then you're so knowledgeable and like you have a following. People live vicariously through you. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's amazing. I love it, and it's super
Aw,
hot, and I love to have you back because you're so
that would be
fun.
great.
That
I
was
would
so
love
fun.
to. Yeah, this
Yeah.
Yes,
is great.
it really was.
Well, hey, we're rolling up to about an hour here, so hey,
Okay.
can you stay with me for 2 more minutes?
Yeah. Me? You want me to stay?
Yes,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
want you to stay.
Yeah.
Definitely. My God. You kidding me?